Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be working on a Honda Kayak truck, whatever you want to call it. Don't mind the fact that it's floating, it's not exactly a perfect mod. Got this from a junkyard, not the greatest condition, missing half of the parts, and it's definitely a bit dirty. Based on the condition this engine is in, I don't really need to remove anything to take it out, so that's what we're going to do, just take it out. Eventually, once I figure out what I'm doing. After we get that out, we can look at the engines that we can choose from. I'm probably gonna pick the inline 4 DOHC turbo, so that's probably gonna make the most power out of all of the engine choices. So I'm gonna get the parts for that. I need to speed this part up because I like completely disassociated for 5 minutes. So then we can go to the upgrading container. I sped this part up because it was extremely long and I think my enter key is broken. So now we can paint all the parts that are going to be going on the engine. Also going to speed this part up. You guys should thank me for speeding these parts up because otherwise you'd be sitting here and watching an hour-long video. Now we can actually start building the engine. I'm also going to speed this part up. Now we can start painting. I forgot to paint a piece actually. I don't know what I'm on. I am extremely tired. Sorry. Now that we're done with that, we're just going to leave it to sit on the stand a little bit because we're not going to put it in yet, so. Now we can start taking all the body panels off. I forgot to take a piece off, but I didn't know that yet. Then we can start taking all the other pieces of the frame, like suspension and frame and all that off. Now while we do this, I'm just going to give you a quick little explanation on why I just started randomly talking instead of using all the text. I just got so tired of typing and typing. So, and since this was a long form content, like 20 minutes, I just thought about how long that would take to type and how much time I've already spent editing it, so I just decided to do a voiceover, so hello. Now I do recommend games like this to people who are planning on being something related to something related to cars in the future. Maybe that's like a mechanic or something. Or even if you are, that could teach you something you didn't know. I mean, this game doesn't really have anything about diagnostics, but Car Mechanic Simulator 26 definitely will, from what I can hear and what I've played. You can actually see what the customer wants on it. Now that we're done with that, we can start actually getting the body all cleaned up, welded, and like washed. Sorry if I'm like raspy or anything. This is the second time refilming a 20-minute video because my first audio clip got messed up. So, whatever. Now that that is done, we can start buying all the parts that we need to put this thing back together. Here's a little montage of that. I could not find this one drive shaft for the life of me, so I ended up just repairing it. I also found that it freezes your game a little bit if you go search in the vehicles. Now we can start painting all of our parts. Here's a little sped up clip of that. The reason I'm speeding all this up is because this would have been an hour-long video, and I clipped out all the stuff that we definitely didn't need. So this is like an ASMR video for people who are into cars or whatever. Well, even if you're not, whatever. So a little fact about these cars while I'm doing this. These cars actually originate in Japan well, I guess they're Honda, so obviously they will. But they are about $20,000 to $23,000. So it's not that much, and they're basically the smallest truck on the world. Besides whatever that Chinese truck is. Forgot to buy that part, as well as the brake. So just come along on an extra journey I shouldn't have had to have. Well, look, we're going back to paint. Yay! I usually just paint my rims so they don't look like solid aluminum and instead like chrome. Just nicer. You'll see that at the end of the video when the truck's actually done. Or maybe in the middle. We can put the springs and all that back together and the wheels, and then we can start actually putting the whole thing back together. This isn't sped up, I can just do this that fast. Now we can start actually putting it together. Hey, we're basically at our halfway point. Be sure to like and subscribe, because I definitely need to buy sleep medications. And a new keyboard, and probably a new headset. You know, just like and subscribe. Whatever. Now that the suspension is basically done, or what I thought was done, because I forgot a part, but past me doesn't know that. I will figure that out in the future. We can actually get the main piece of this build in there, which is the engine. We can finally take it off the stand that it was sitting on and put it in there. This thing originally made 53 horsepower, so I'm kind of excited to see what it will make now. Oh, look, there's the part that I forgot to put on. I just learned that. Wow. For some reason, the exhaust is way low. I'm surprised it doesn't drag on the ground when you're just driving. My idiot self adds the turbo to the shopping cart when I already have it because it came with the engine, but I also don't know that yet, so. Just the finishing touches to what completes this build. Now everything is basically done for the frame and all the important stuff besides the starter, which I'm putting on now. So now we can actually get the main body panels and all the good stuff that makes it look like the vehicle it's supposed to look like on there. Wow, how'd it get down so fast? Here's a montage of me buying things. I didn't know the flashlight was on here, but I also struggled to find this truck really badly, but I forgot that there was a mod vehicle section for the body shop. So, oh, look, I found it. Oh, look, a piece that I forgot to buy. That happens with every build I do, and I can't avoid it. I did do a video recently on a tour of my cars. I did make it unlisted because for some reason my mic was really quiet. Forgot to put the windshield on there, but after we put this, not windshield, rear window on there. But after we put this on, we can get to the interior. Probably could have repaired the seats a little bit, but it was missing a seat, so I didn't want to go digging for another seat. So I just bought new seats. I didn't know you had to take that little cover off to fill up the oil, but now I do. Now, I don't exactly know why the liquid just decides to break the law of physics and stay sideways, but it's whatever, as long as it stays in there, somehow. Now we can put this engine cover back on and get to painting the vehicle. Well, I guess we can do it first. Gotta listen to a little red line, like the Honda Civic in your neighborhood at 3 in the morning. I'm probably just gonna go for a regular gloss black, the one that it was before. Nothing special, it's gonna look better than any other color. Make sure there's no liveries or anything. Wasn't gonna put them on there, but whatever. Now we can move to dynoing this, and watch me struggle to tune the ECU, even though I knew how to do this about a month ago. All you have to do is move the third one down, or the middle one I guess, until it matches up with all the other 4 on the right side. And then you go back to the first one on the left side, and move that down all the way until they're all at the top, and then poof. And I'm forgetting a part. This happens every single build, and I also can't avoid it. Well, look, there it is. And for some reason, it's upside down and wonky like everything else on this car. Now we can buy it and put it on. I had to put this thing on the lift and take the engine cover off at the back to get to the brake servo at the front. this liquid also decides to break the laws of physics and go upside down without spilling everywhere else for some reason. You know what, but whatever, as long as it stays in there. Somehow. Forgot to turn on normal mode. And for some reason that prevents you from clicking buttons. Now we can actually dyno this thing. If I can find the button. Oh look, there it is. Wow. 88 might not seem like a lot, but this thing is only 1,000 pounds. Maybe not even that. And it can push it pretty good. Well, that's about it for today's video. We're just going to do one more walk around on it just to see what it came from and what it is now. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe because I will be pumping a lot more out, a lot more recent than I recently have. I think that's about it. I did forget to check the price on this, but I did add that at the end of the video. Wow, it's so pretty. Quick little price check on it. That's a lot of money. We need to Google how much it was before.